Hello everyone, and welcome back to our channel. Today we're diving into one of South Africa's most disturbing political sagas, a story of corruption, betrayal, and fading trust in the country's police. It's a story that begins quietly, with a commission of inquiry, but has now grown into a national scandal threatening the credibility of South Africa's entire justice system. At the center of it all is the Madlanga Commission, currently sitting in Pretoria. It was set up to investigate explosive allegations made by KwaZulu-Natal Police Commissioner Mkhwanazi. His testimony didn't pull any punches. Mkhwanazi accused several senior police officers, and even prominent figures like Minister Senzo Mchunu, of corruption, political interference, and links to organized crime. Yes, the people meant to enforce the law are accused of breaking it. Now, the Activists and Citizens Forum, or ACF, has had enough. They've written to President Cyril Ramaphosa and Acting Police Minister Firoz Cachalia, demanding immediate action against all officers implicated in the scandal. They argue that allowing them to remain in their posts while under investigation undermines the entire justice system. It's like letting a thief count the money in the evidence room. The forum says this is no longer about a few bad apples, it's about systemic rot. They believe that criminal networks have infiltrated parts of the police service, corrupting everything from investigations to prosecutions. And if that's true, South Africa faces an even deeper crisis than most people realize. When corruption wears a police badge, the entire nation is at risk. Think about what this means for ordinary citizens. If the police are compromised, who can you trust when you're in danger? How can communities feel safe if the people meant to protect them are allegedly in bed with criminals? The ACF believes that by not acting swiftly, the government is sending a dangerous message that accountability can wait. President Ramaphosa, however, faces a difficult choice. If he moves too fast, he risks being accused of interfering in due process. But if he waits too long, he risks destroying what little public confidence remains. South Africans have grown tired of commissions that uncover corruption but deliver no justice. The longer the president hesitates, the louder the frustration grows. Acting Police Minister Firoz Cachalia is also under pressure. As the man now responsible for restoring faith in the police, he has to walk a fine line. Any decision he makes could have political consequences. If he suspends top officials, he may face internal resistance. If he doesn't, he'll look weak and complicit. It's a tough spot, but one that will define his credibility. Inside the Madlanga Commission, the evidence being presented is grim. Witnesses have described senior officers interfering with investigations, shielding criminal syndicates, and even accepting bribes to protect gang leaders. Some reports suggest that criminal networks have effectively set up shop inside police structures. In other words, organized crime and law enforcement have started looking dangerously similar. This isn't a new problem. South Africa's police service has been dogged by scandal for years. From corruption in the Hawks to power struggles in crime intelligence, the cycle never ends: accusations, inquiries, and then silence. Every time the public is promised change, it ends up being business as usual. The ACF's call is clear: this time, there must be consequences. And there's more at stake than just politics. This is about morality, too. Honest police officers who risk their lives daily now find themselves working alongside people accused of betraying their oath. Communities that already distrust the police are losing the last bit of faith they had. In many townships, residents have resorted to vigilante justice, convinced that the system no longer works for them. If these revelations are ignored, that trend could worsen. The potential fallout extends beyond South Africa's borders. If international observers and investors begin to see the country's law enforcement as corrupt or compromised, confidence in the rule of law could collapse. Corruption doesn't just erode democracy, it scares away opportunity. The irony here is hard to miss. South Africa fought for freedom and built institutions meant to uphold justice and accountability. Now, decades later, those same institutions are accused of betraying that promise. The idea of a criminal democracy, where politics and crime operate hand in hand, is no longer just a phrase, it's becoming a reality people fear. The ACF is urging Ramaphosa to prove that leadership means action, not endless process. Their message is that corruption cannot be reformed through committees, it must be confronted through courage. Whether he will rise to that challenge is still uncertain. But one thing is clear, South Africans are watching closely. They are tired of empty promises. They are tired of seeing the same cycle of scandal, denial, and delay. The public mood is shifting from disappointment to outright anger, and this could become a defining test of Ramaphosa's presidency. The question now is simple but urgent: will the president act boldly to clean house, or will this become another commission report gathering dust on a government shelf? Because if nothing changes, the damage won't just be to the police, it will be to the entire idea of justice in South Africa. So what do you think? Should President Ramaphosa suspend the officers named in the inquiry right now, or should he wait until the commission concludes its work? Is the forum right to demand immediate action, or are they pushing too hard before all the facts are in? Tell us your thoughts in the comments. Do you still trust the South African Police Service, or do you believe the system needs a full rebuild from the ground up? If you found this story informative, remember to hit the like button, share this video with others who care about justice and accountability, and subscribe for more political commentary and in-depth analysis. Because one thing is certain, when corruption and crime wear the same badge, the whole nation is in danger. The time to act is now, before South Africa loses the fight for its own integrity. Thank you for watching. Stay informed, stay vigilant, and stay hopeful. See you next time.